Just take a look at this right now across factories in Texas. People are building the future of space faster than ever. Starships are rolling into stands. New boosters are also stacking up. Parts are getting upgraded. AI computers are heading for orbit. Lunar landers are also taking shape. And a rocket stage that promises same-day delivery to distance orbit. These fresh clips from the latest few days shows exactly how companies are turning big ideas into metal and motion. Stick around, you are about to see why every single one matters. My name is Ernest and I'm your host on today's episode on Space Expense. Let's dive right in, shall we? In this footage, a tall silver Starship, Ship 42, is carefully shifted by crane from a turntable onto the main work stand inside Mega Bay 2. Workers in orange vests guide the huge vehicle into place under bright daylight. SpaceX is doing this so teams can weld, install flaps, and finish the upper stage without the vehicle sitting on a temporary turntable. It is vital because every finished Starship brings the company closer to regular orbital flights and the ability to carry heavy cargo or people. Without steady progress on the ships, the whole reusability fleet stays grounded. What do you think is the hardest part of moving a vehicle this tall and heavy into a work stand without damaging it? And as one ship settles into its new home, another piece of the puzzle is also settling elsewhere. Here, a large cylindrical tank section for Booster 22 is lifted and guided into Mega Bay 1 at night. Cranes and support vehicles work under flight lights, whilst the section slides into position. SpaceX moves the sections because the company builds boosters in pieces and stacks them from the bottom up. Getting each new ring into the bay keeps the production line flowing. This is essential because super heavy boosters must be ready on schedule if Starship is going to be launching often and return for reuse. Delays here slows everything that follows. Would you rather watch this nighttime moves live or wait for the finished booster to roll out in daylight? And whilst boosters grow taller in one bay, a different test article is also preparing to join the nest. This clip shows the forward section for Ship 43, which is being lifted up, carefully attached to a dome, and then moved to a stand on the left side of Mega Bay 2. Cranes swing the shiny cylinder into place, whilst teams watch every inch. SpaceX performs this joint so the ship's nose and tanks become one strong unit, ready for further work. It is essential because each completed ship proves new manufacturing methods and shortens the time between flights. Every successful joint means the fleet can grow faster. How important do you think precise crane work is when pieces this large have to fit perfectly together? And also from the high base, we now shift to the launch pad itself, where quieter but equally important work is underway. On part 2, a slide or pallet is lifted onto the top deck of the launch mount. A round piece that looks like a ball mount is then lowered into the inner ring. Workers and cranes operate under open sky. SpaceX is upgrading the mount so it can handle the next generation of vehicles more smoothly and safely. It is vital because a reliable launch mount is the foundation for rapid turnarounds between flights. Without solid ground hardware, even the best rockets cannot fly. What's stronger? Smarter launch mounts change how quickly rockets can fly again and after each mission. Share your thoughts with me in the comments. And whilst the parts receive new hardware, back at the factory, the famous pairs dispenser are on the move. Two version 3 pairs dispenser travel in opposite directions. One leaves our factory towards Sanchez, while the other returns from Sanchez into the factory. Large transporters and cranes handle the tall loaders. SpaceX moves them because these machines load many satellites into a fairing quickly. Keeping them rotating between sites keeps satellite production and launch prep running without long waits. This is also very vital for failing Starlink and future constellations at high speeds. Do you think faster satellite loading will be one of the quiet heroes of the next decade in space? And as the loaders shuffle back and forth, Another key piece of Booster 22 is heading into its stacking bay. At night, the forward section of Booster 22 rolls out of Star Factory and into Mega Bay 1. Cranes and vehicles guide the large cylinder under light. SpaceX does this so the forward rings can be stacked onto the lower tank sections, already awaiting inside. Why is this important, you might ask? A complete booster is needed before any flight attempt is made. Stacking from the top or middle keeps the line moving and shortens the path to the launch pad. Which part of the booster assembly do you find most impressive? Share your thoughts with me in the comments. The big lift or the careful final joins? And from factory floors, we return once more to the pad, where teams are refining the systems that will feed the next generation of flights. On part 2, bundles of pipes are lifted from the top deck, removed, and what looks like a single larger piece is prepared to take their place. Cranes work high above the mount. SpaceX is changing the quick disconnect system so fuel and other fluids can flow more cleanly and reliably. They do this because every second saved on the pad and every safer connection means higher flight rates and lower risks. Better ground systems turns rockets into true reusable vehicles. How much do you think improved ground system matter compared with the rockets themselves? And whilst many hardware are being refined here on Earth, SpaceX just announced something that will live high above it. This official video shows clean computer-generated views of a large satellite unfolding wide solar wings and carrying dense computing hardware. The design is sleek and modular. SpaceX is partnering with NVIDIA to put powerful Rubin GPUs and Vera CPUs into orbit, so AI can happen in space itself, powered by constant sunlight and cooled by the space vacuum. It is vital because ground data centers fight for electricity, water, and also land. Orbital compute could remove those limits and open a new layer of intelligence above Earth. Would you trust important AI tasks to run on satellites flying overhead? This is actually mind-blowing. Or do you still prefer everything here on Earth? From orbital computers, we turn back to the moon, where commercial landers are getting ready for real surface work. This video moves through clean rooms showing golden wrapped landers, silver foil vehicles, and teams in white suits carefully checking hardware. Renderings of landers approaching the moon appear between the real footage. NASA is working with commercial companies so these landers can deliver scientific tools, rovers, and test equipment to the lunar surface. It is vital because frequent soft landings prove the technology needed for a lasting moon base and teach us how to live and work on another world. Which lunar lander design excites you the most? The ones that looks like a spider or the taller ones, more cargo-focused versions? And finally, a company is building a stage that could change how fast we reach the heights of orbit. This clip mixes factory scenes of workers assembling large metal tanks and engines with beautiful animations of a spacecraft fairing its engine and racing from low Earth orbit towards higher destinations. Impulse Space is building Helios, a powerful methane oxygen kick stage that can carry heavier payloads from low Earth orbit all the way to geostationary orbit in less than a day. How crazy is this? It is vital because today's trips to higher orbits can take months with electric thrusters or require expensive heavy lift rockets. Same day delivers opens faster, cheaper access for commercial, science, and government missions. If satellites could reach their final orbits in hours instead of months, what new kinds of missions do you think would suddenly become possible? Isn't this crazy? Thank you for staying with us till the end. If you enjoyed the video, kindly smash the like button, subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any of our future updates. I drop 2 new videos each week. They are all bangers, and trust me, you do not want to miss any of them. Watch these videos right there. They were my previous uploads and it's a banger. And I will talk to all of y'all in our next episode. Thank you for staying with us.